Hey everyone, if you enjoy the video, please consider subscribing. It will help me out a lot as a small creator. Thank you. This is the Goblin Merchant. This greasy little scumbag is a vendor in Dark and Darker. He sells overpriced mystery items that can either be god tier or more commonly, absolute trash. I will only be spending my gold with this little simp foot sniffer. I can't trade players and I can't buy items from any other vendor. Welcome to the Goblin Merchant Challenge. Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to another Goblin Merchant only episode. This is the gear I ended up with the last episode. Since the last patch, I'm not going to be able to run these purple boots in anything that's not high roller, so we'll have to take them off. And we're going to jump straight into the first game. I found myself a Shadow Mask with 2 Addies, which is much better than just 2 Will. And a green Falchion too. This Falchion only has slightly less damage than the longsword, so I prefer running that. I heard someone nearby and I was trying to work out if they were below me or not. I wanted to take a fight. He wanted to be friendly, but I don't trust anyone. And he jumped right onto the floor spikes. There's a blue portal in the room, but I didn't want to leave just yet and try find another fight. So I decided to sit down after opening it up and get some health back. I heard someone in the next room over. Nice and easy headshot there. And he had a few sellables that will be going straight towards the Goblin Merchant. Before selling I was at 15 gold, and afterwards I was at 146. I had a look at the Goblin Merchant, but nothing was really standing out, so I went back in again. Found a nice pair of boots that were an upgrade for me. While I was looking around this room, I saw a blue portal down the bottom, so I decided to go down and secure it. Initially, I decided to do a little bit of mining while I was down here because I had a pickaxe on me. But it wasn't until after I mined that I realized I wasn't actually going to be able to use the ore for anything because I couldn't trade with any other vendor. I jumped out with a full inventory and I was at 151 gold before selling. And 276 afterwards. The Goblin Merchant hadn't reset, so I decided to grab a longsword. And it turned out to be pretty good for a Warlock. I chucked it on and went straight back in. One of these goblins had a really nice wizard hat for me, +1 magic healing. Sadly, I had to replace my 2 attributes with it, but it's still a much needed upgrade. I found myself a nice pair of Lightfoot boots and I decided to chuck them on for the movement speed. Then I saw someone on the other side of the room. I wanted to heal up as much as I could off these goblins before pushing in. Ran back up and looted the cleric. He had a few nice items and 2 really good rings for me. I heard a couple people in the next room, so I pushed in. I think this Warlock was waiting for me to push in so he could get me with his staff. He had some nice boots and a really big upgrade on the spellbook. Moving into the next room, it was absolutely flooded with mobs. I saw a blue exit portal in the next room, and I'd put some curses on the mobs to heal and push for it. Before selling, I was at 192 gold, and afterwards I went up to 255. I had a look at the Goblin Merchant, but he still hadn't reset, so we went straight back in again. I went in to take on the Centipede because he drops really good loot. And he had a really decent neck for me. After pushing into the center room, I heard someone taking on the cave troll. I wanted to try and take them on afterwards so I could go down and use my lockpick on the loot. He must have heard me though because he stealthed and reset the boss. I heard him potioning, so I wanted to open the door and chuck a Hydra down. Unlucky for me, he was ready and pushed straight out. He hovered a little bit longer than I expected with the double jump and I didn't land my blow. So I chucked on my second best set of loot. And I had a look at the Goblin Merchant. Decided to go for some gloves since I didn't have any, which were a huge upgrade. And I had to go at some pants as well, which weren't very good. After re-gearing, I went straight back in. I went ahead and took on the Centipede boss again. He had a pretty average neck, but I didn't have one at the time, so it was very good. I had to rest for some health, but the zone pushed in pretty quick. After I started opening up this door, I heard a wizard on the other side. Which was really bad for me because I did not want to push into a wizard. I had no mobs to heal off either. Either I lucked out and he cancelled his zap, or he didn't have any left and he was trying to intimidate me with his haste. was really low health, so I thought I would sit down and try to get some of my health back, but the zone didn't take long to push in. I was in a lot of trouble as I was out in the zone, there was mobs between me and the door, and it was low health, so I tried to heal over them the best I could. And unluckily for me, he moved just as I cast Sacrifice and it cast onto myself. And I lost another set. I re-geared up my character with what I had left. And went to the Goblin Merchant and bought myself a pair of gloves, which turned out to be really good with magical healing on them. But this gear set will be used in the next video. Thanks for watching everyone, I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please like and subscribe, it will help me out a lot as a small creator. I've got a lot more videos on my channel and I'll be bringing out a lot more episodes. Thanks everyone.
I'm the trash man. I come out, I throw trash all over my channel. And then I start eating garbage.